What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. We start this video with a pop quiz utilizing Jesse. Jesse is going to perform an incline dumbbell bench press, and you are going to watch and see if you can spot what Jesse does wrong. Okay, Jesse, the floor is yours. The bench is yours.
All right.
No pressure. There's only millions of people watching.
Oh, great.
There we go. All right, so now we're going to do a set of 12 reps. The video title, 3 sets of 12, is Killing Your Gains. Jesse is going to demonstrate how we kill our gains. What number is that, Jess?
6.
6, okay. I mean, by all intents and purposes, he's looking solid right here. Now the idea is for him to do the set to failure. We chose a weight here. What number is that?
That's 12.
12. All right. Now, did you spot what Jesse did wrong? Now, the first thing I can say is he wasn't quite at failure, but he was approaching failure. The more important point, though, was if you took out a stopwatch and you go back and you watch how fast Jesse did it, his tempo on that put him in about a 20 to 26, I wasn't really timing it specifically, but 20 to 26 second time for him to do that, maybe up to 30 seconds at most for him to do that. That tempo is not enough to elicit the hypertrophy that he's looking for by doing that rep range in the first place. So let me explain where this is all coming from. When people came up with the magic number of 12 reps, 10 to 12 reps for hypertrophy, where that really was generated from was from studies that show that you're ultimately, the place that you make the most gains is when your time under tension eclipses 45 seconds and gets closer to, say, 60 seconds for a given set. So if you were to do a rep with a tempo of, let's say, either a second up and then 3 seconds on the way down, prolonging the eccentric contraction, we talk about a lot, even in the Soaring 6 series, that's 4 seconds per rep times 12 is 48 seconds. It crosses that threshold. Or if you did maybe a second up with a second pause at the top and a little 2-second down, you're still at 4 seconds, or even a 3-second down. Now you're at 5 seconds. You're in the 60-second range. Right. Okay. When you do this, what you just did, you now do the 12 reps, you do it to failure, but you do it at a much too fast of a pace to get the benefit that you were going for. Again, predicated off the fact that time under tension what was driving the rep range, not the fact that the rep range was. So 3 sets of 12 is killing your gains because we become so fixated on 12. It becomes nothing about what actually led to the picking of 12 as the magic number, and it becomes all about the magic number. So now, if we fixate on 12, and now I have to share a little bit of an embarrassing story for Jesse, but this is all so we can learn. When Jesse started training in here, the first thing I did was watch him do his exercise. And by the way, performance-wise, Jesse's technique on that was really good. He kept his elbows tucked here. He drove them up over his chest. He wasn't protracting his shoulders. Everything was good. But what we want to do is when we think about Jesse starting out training, I would just like to watch him and see what he does. And as I watched him perform his first exercise in his workout, he did his sets. He didn't take any of them to failure. He basically was stopping a little bit short, and then he went on to his third set or fourth set looked a little harder, but then he went to his next exercise, and he started off on the very first set. He stopped way short of anything that looked like failure to me. And that's when I intervened, and I think I remember, Jesse, what the right? No, I didn't yell at the guy. I said, Jesse, what are you doing? Keep going, keep going. And he said, what did you say?
I said, but I got 2 more sets left.
So he said, but I have 2 more sets left. And the mentality that Jesse was thinking was, if I lay it all on the line here in this first set, how the hell am I going to get 12 reps in the second and third set? It's not going to happen, especially not with using the same weight. And that is the death of the prescription of 3 sets of 12. If that's how you look at it, a lot of things go wrong. So let's see some of the things that go wrong. If you take the 3 sets of 12 approach and you grab a weight and you do what Jesse did and you say, if I can't make it there, then I might have to do something to make sure that I do. So I might choose a weight that's a little bit lighter to start. The next time I come around a workout, I'm not going to start with what I started with this time. I'm going to go with a little bit lighter weight so I know I have a little bit of energy left to get through all 3 sets. Or you'll do what I kind of saw you doing too. Let's demonstrate. He gets up here, he starts doing his first rep, nice and solid, all the way up, boom, down, all the way up and boom. Now let's go even with the slow, let's go with the right tempo. Down here, and he comes up. Cool. Down, and he comes up. Now, let's say at this point, he's 4 reps in. What do you say to yourself? There's no way I'm making 12.
No way I'm making 12.
All right, so what do you do?
So
Instinctively.
I go half.
Let's see. So he cuts the reps short. And we do this all the time. We start going, shit, the only way I can get to 12 is if I kind of abbreviate a few of the reps in the middle. Okay, now I'm at 10, 11. I think I can get the last 3 full reps. But what did you do? You just basically sacrificed all of your reps in the beginning and in the middle, and maybe even at the end, because here's why. The full reps that you did in the beginning, they're not the same as full reps performed when you've already reached fatigue.
Right.
They are basically thrown away. The reps that you did in the middle to get all the way to the end there, those half reps, they were wasted reps because they weren't even full reps. Then when you got to the very end, those final few reps are different in that stage than they would be had you done all full reps up to that point. So you really didn't get any of the productive reps that you were looking for, so that whole set became kind of a waste. So what you want to do instead is, if you need to drop the weight on a subsequent set, drop the weight, and then go back and start doing the reps again to failure where you're going to fail in that rep range of 10 or 12. But more importantly, if you set out with a weight that you do 12 or 11, you go all the way to failure, take it all the way to failure. You can't do anymore. You lower down, you can barely control it, you put the weights down. If you got 11 reps, so what? Good. If you got 10, great. If you got 9, good. You're right at that range where you sort of now look at that time under tension, you're sort of maybe coming in a little bit short. Depends on how long you maybe delayed the reps, but you should be more focused on the time and falling into that time failure range than you are about a specific number. And the point is, only you know the effort that you're putting into a set. I can see a lot, and I can see when people are cheating through a rep a lot, but I can never ultimately tell what you feel like inside. Only you know how much you feel, what you're feeling, and only you know how much effort you're exerting, and only you are going to be the person that holds yourself accountable, ultimately, to the effort that you put forth in the gym. And if you just focus on a number and you train to a number, you might be leaving a lot of gains on the table. If instead you focus on effort and what you're giving in that rep range, and the idea being that the focus you have at the moment is hypertrophy, because you could be training for strength, and that's a whole different argument. The fact is, just make sure that you're giving your best no matter what you're doing, and you're not cheating yourself in the sake of hoping that no one else is watching. Because I'm watching. I'm watching from afar, somewhere, some way. Jesse thinks I'm the only one watching. I'm watching all of you when you do your reps. At least you should be hearing me in your head when you're doing them. All right, guys, if you're looking for a training program that doesn't take shortcuts, I expect hard work, but I guarantee good results. By doing it, head to athleanx.com and get our AthleanX training program. In the meantime, if you found this video helpful, or maybe even eye-opening, because we all do it, I've done it plenty of times, believe me, then make sure you leave your comments and thumbs up below. Let me know what else I can cover here on this channel that will be useful to you, and I'll make sure I do that. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.